In the heart of ancient Greece, a philosopher emerged who would forever shape the way we think about the world. This was Aristotle, a student of Plato and a teacher of Alexander the Great. Aristotle's ideas, spanning logic, ethics, politics, and more, continue to resonate with us today. His insights into human nature and the pursuit of happiness remain as relevant as ever. Aristotle believed that true happiness, or eudaimonia, stems from living a virtuous life. He understood that humans are complex creatures, constantly pulled in different directions by their desires and emotions. To navigate this complexity, he proposed a powerful concept: the golden mean. The golden mean is not about finding a bland middle ground or avoiding extremes altogether. It's about understanding that virtue lies in finding the right balance between two extremes. This balance, Aristotle argued, is essential for a fulfilling and meaningful life. If you enjoyed this introduction to Aristotle, make sure to subscribe to Philosophy Haven 101 for more insights into the world of philosophy. Imagine a tightrope walker gracefully traversing a high wire. They don't teeter on the edge of recklessness, nor do they cling fearfully to the center. Instead, they find a delicate balance, moving forward with both courage and caution. This is the essence of Aristotle's golden mean. It's about finding the sweet spot between two extremes, the point where virtue resides. This doesn't mean that the middle point is always the same for everyone. It's about understanding our own tendencies and finding the right balance for our individual nature and circumstances. The golden mean is not a rigid formula, but a guiding principle that encourages us to reflect on our actions and strive for harmony in all aspects of life. It's about making choices that are neither excessive nor deficient, but rather just right. Courage is a virtue we often admire. It's the strength to face danger and overcome fear. But even courage has its extremes. Too much and it becomes recklessness, a disregard for consequences. Too little and it devolves into cowardice, a paralyzing fear that prevents us from taking action. The golden mean of courage lies in finding the balance between these two extremes. It's about being brave when necessary, facing challenges head-on, but also knowing when to exercise caution and avoid unnecessary risks. A courageous person is not fearless, but rather someone who acts with courage even in the face of fear. Think of a firefighter rushing into a burning building. They are not being reckless, but are acting with calculated courage, balancing their desire to help with the need to stay safe. This is courage in its true form, a balance between bravery and prudence. Temperance, often associated with moderation, is about finding balance in our desires and pleasures. It's about enjoying life's good things without overindulging or becoming enslaved by them. Like all virtues, temperance has its extremes. On one hand, we have gluttony and hedonism, the relentless pursuit of pleasure without regard for consequences. On the other, we find asceticism, a complete denial of pleasure, and a life of strict self-denial. Neither extreme is conducive to a balanced and fulfilling life. The golden mean of temperance lies in finding enjoyment in life's pleasures without letting them control us. It's about savoring a delicious meal without overeating, enjoying a glass of wine without excess, and pursuing hobbies and interests without letting them consume our lives. Section 5. The generous spirit, giving and receiving in balance. Generosity is a virtue that involves giving freely and sharing what we have with others. It's about being kind, compassionate, and willing to lend a helping hand. However, even generosity has its extremes, and finding the right balance is key. On one end of the spectrum, we have extravagance, a tendency to overspend and give away more than we can afford. On the other end, we find stinginess, a reluctance to part with even the smallest amount, even when it's needed. The golden mean of generosity lies in finding the middle ground between these extremes. It's about giving freely and generously without jeopardizing our own well-being. It's about being willing to help others while also being mindful of our own limits. Section 6. Honesty, the foundation of trust. Honesty, a cornerstone of virtue, is about being truthful and transparent in our dealings with others. It's about building trust and maintaining integrity in all our interactions. However, even honesty has its extremes, and finding the right balance is crucial. On one hand, we have brutal honesty, where truth is spoken without tact or regard for the feelings of others. On the other hand, we find deceitfulness, a tendency to lie, mislead, and manipulate others for personal gain. The golden mean of honesty lies in finding the balance between these extremes. It's about being truthful and transparent while also being tactful and considerate of others' feelings. It's about communicating honestly without being hurtful or insensitive. Section 7. Anger, a powerful emotion to control. Anger is a natural human emotion, often triggered by feelings of injustice or frustration. While it can be a powerful motivator for change, uncontrolled anger can be destructive and harmful. Finding the golden mean in our experience and expression of anger is essential. On one end of the spectrum, we have wrath, an uncontrolled rage that can lead to violence and aggression. On the other end, we find passivity, a tendency to suppress anger even when it's justified, leading to resentment and bitterness. The golden mean of anger lies in finding the balance between these two extremes. It's about acknowledging and expressing our anger in a healthy and constructive way without letting it control us or harm others. Section 8. Modern applications, the golden mean in today's world. Aristotle's golden mean, though rooted in ancient wisdom, remains surprisingly relevant to our modern lives. In a world often characterized by extremes, his teachings offer a timeless guide for navigating the complexities of human experience. Consider the role of technology in our lives. On one hand, technology has connected us in unprecedented ways, providing access to information and opportunities like never before. On the other hand, excessive screen time, social media addiction, and the constant barrage of information can lead to stress, anxiety, and a sense of disconnection from the physical world. The golden mean encourages us to find balance in our use of technology, to embrace its benefits while also making time for real-life connections, mindfulness, and a healthy relationship with the digital world. Section 9. Finding balance in a busy world, practical tips. In today's fast-paced world, finding balance can feel like a daunting task. We're bombarded with information, deadlines, and demands on our time and attention. However, by incorporating some simple principles into our daily lives, we can move closer to a state of balance and well-being. Start by setting realistic goals and priorities. Identify what truly matters to you and focus on those things, letting go of the rest. Make time for activities that bring you joy and nourish your soul, whether it's spending time in nature, pursuing a hobby, or connecting with loved ones. Practice mindfulness and self-awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations without judgment. Notice when you're feeling out of balance and take steps to restore equilibrium. Section 10. The Power of the Golden Mean, a Timeless Guide. Aristotle's golden mean is not a magic formula for a perfect life. It's a journey of self-discovery, a continuous process of striving for balance in all aspects of our lives. It's a reminder that virtue lies not in extremes, but in finding the right measure, the sweet spot between excess and deficiency. By embracing the golden mean, we can cultivate wisdom, compassion, and courage. We can learn to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience, finding fulfillment and meaning in the pursuit of balance. The golden mean is a timeless guide, as relevant today as it was centuries ago. It's a call to live consciously, to seek harmony in our thoughts, actions, and relationships, and to embrace the journey of becoming the best versions of ourselves. Section 11, Conclusion, Living a Balanced and Fulfilling Life. As we've explored, Aristotle's golden mean offers a profound yet practical framework for living a virtuous and fulfilling life. It's a reminder that true happiness lies not in chasing extremes, but in finding balance in all that we do. By striving for the middle ground, by cultivating virtues like courage, temperance, generosity, honesty, and by learning to manage our anger, we can create a life of meaning, purpose, and well-being.